Yeah, no, it's possible I'm overthinking this. Okay, I want you and me to have a writer's gift guide for Christmas, with the aim that either you can accidentally leave this video running while a friend or maybe a partner happens to be walking through the room, or frankly, that you can just go and buy these things for yourself, and that therefore I can as well. Yeah. Only the thing is, as much as you and I have certain things in common because we're writers, I mean, that's a Venn diagram with, quite a bit of overlap, but huge areas of difference. Yet, I do kind of like this idea of people buying us things, or of us having an excuse to buy. So, let's have a go, okay? Hello, I'm William Gallagher, and this is 58 Keys, which, as ever, as always, is for writers like you and me who use and who write on Macs and iPhones and iPads. Do subscribe or support 58 Keys on Patreon. That could be a gift to something, because, there's so much to talk about, which I realise, actually, if you've seen any more episodes, I always say that, and I always mean it, of course. This time, I realise there's so much to say that I wish I'd started this video a month ago. When Black Friday was coming up and things. Listen, because we are writers who write on Macs, iPhones and iPads, let's first do some gift ideas that are directly, obviously related to that. And if you and I just assume that you already have a Mac, an iPhone or an iPad to write on, and so we don't cover those, well then here are 5 things I think you'll find useful. Things I would buy for myself if I haven't already, okay? But then, well, let's go a bit further. Let's have 5 more that aren't so directly related, but are just fun, okay? So that'll be 10 things. Well, that's a decent list. Right, to be clear, this is number 5 in the serious list, and it's an external battery. There are 11 billion of these, and what the best ones do is they let you plug in a cable, right, to charge up your phone or your Apple Watch, or maybe better still, they have wireless charging, so you can just pop your phone on the top of it. You can also get external batteries that'll charge up your MacBook Pro. You can get them to charge up your house, apparently. And one thing to note, actually, I've become reliant on this. With an iPhone 15 Pro, you get a USB-C charging port on the phone, but it works both ways. So I have found that I can plug my Apple Watch into my phone and top up the watch's charge. You do have to remember to bring the right cables for that kind of thing. And you also have to remember actually to shop carefully. This is one time, I think, in the whole list, I can't, or at least I don't want to give you an exact price or recommend a precise example because they keep changing. I actually have many, many batteries that I've bought or I've been sent to review over the years, but they change so fast that I don't think any of the ones I've got are still available, at least in quite the same form. So do this for me instead, please. Go to anker.com, anker.com, or search Amazon for Anker external batteries. It's a good company. They have a lot to suit any size budget, I think, and also actually any size bag or any size pocket. And Anker, I like them a lot. Setup. Setup is a subscription software service. It starts at $10 a month and gives someone the use of over 230 Mac apps, the full things, plus actually a few companion iPhone ones. That list of Mac apps, it is still growing, although growth seems to have slowed. And the iOS one may get an explosion of more apps in 2024 for users in the European Union, at least. There are a fair few Duff apps set up, and actually there's a lot of overlapping ones or close duplicates. But I actually got set up free for 2 years with a press pass, and when that was over, about 2 years ago now, I switched to paying it, specifically to keep using apps like ClearVPN, CleanShot X, Bartender, apps that I could talk to you about all day and quite possibly will do. The thing is that in 230 plus apps, there are likely to be ones you use a lot. Check out the list and check out the free trial on the Setup website, links below. Keyboards. Macs come with keyboards, iPhones and iPads don't. But you can get ones for all of them, and the right keyboard or a new keyboard can be a treat. Actually, this year I spent far too much money buying an Apple Magic Keyboard with Touch ID so that I can just rest a finger on this button and have my Mac unlock, or have it confirm a purchase, such as the keyboard. I like this keyboard enormously. But I've bought Logitech portable keyboards for friends as gifts, and, well, none of them have complained. Joni just thought about that. They seemed happy enough. It's just there are so many keyboards to choose from. This is another one, isn't it, where there's so many. Take a look in the description for a link to a 58 keys episode that's all about mechanical keyboards versus chiclet ones, and that'll at least get you started. Although, I want to give you examples. If you are accidentally playing this video for someone passing by, let me say in a loud voice, Apple Magic Keyboard for Mac, Apple Magic Keyboard for iPad, and Logitech Pebble Keys 2 K380S. K380S, if you're writing it down. Next, Magsafe Stands. Yeah, not cheap always, but so handy. The one I use is a Belkin 3-in-1 that charges the iPhone there, the Apple Watch here, and AirPods down there. I'm not entirely a fan of Belkin, but this one is good. Plus, with a stand like this from anyone, iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro can stay on all day and all night, showing you the time, a clock, like a date, photographs, all sorts of things. Also, separately in our living room, we've just got a round, cheap MagSafe charger that we leave on the table and we can pop the phones on whenever we need. Yeah, I'm recommending this, but I haven't used it yet, still in the box. It's an Aqara Presence Sensor FP2, and it costs around $80, although I got it in a sale for just over $60. I got it 2 weeks ago and I still haven't had time to play. But when I do, we have motion sensors all around the house so that if you walk into our kitchen, for example, the lights come on. That is the single most useful smart home thing we've got here, and it is great in the kitchen, in the bathroom, the hall, the landing, everywhere, except here in my office, or actually also downstairs in my living room, because motion sensors look for motion. And there will be days when I'm sitting here typing for 10 hours at a stretch, or more relaxing, I'm watching a film for a couple of hours in the living room, and the sensor has no motion to sense. Whereas this Aqara Presence Sensor FP2 uses wave radar and other things to detect that there is a human being around, even if that human being is not moving. So finally I'll be able to have the lights come on when I walk into this room when it's dark enough and stay. Look, I know this doesn't sound like a big deal, but I promise you it is so handy in our kitchen as you walk in carrying something, the lights come on, and it's so useful everywhere knowing that after you've left the lights are going to turn off. So that's 5 serious things. Let's rapid fire do 5 possibly less serious, although you might disagree, you know. Money. Don't get that on many gift cards. Writers need money. Or if someone doesn't want to buy us cash, they could spend on a Patreon subscription to 50. Yeah, okay. If someone doesn't want to give cash, how about book tokens for Kindle or for Apple books? Which reminds me, actually, totally separately off the list, Kindle Paperwhite. That is very good. Yeah, I did look into this, okay, before we started talking. I promise you I did. And actually, I found so many gift guides for writers, but I got the impression that they weren't written by writers. So they recommended, those apps and books and those courses that claim to write your novel for you in a day. Yeah, bollocks like that. Slightly more usefully, some of them recommended candles and coffee, and I could go for that. But one good idea I saw was a writer's retreat. I think this is on the more expensive side, but you could treat yourself, your brilliant partner, friend, colleague, family member, stranger passing by could buy you a few days or a week in a hotel somewhere, in another country. Why not? Just, if you go, promise you'll write when you get there. I don't mean to me, just, right. This one, actually, I think this could be in the serious list, headphones. I seem to have lost my AirPods Pro somewhere around the house, but that has just made me appreciate them more. It is astounding to walk around with music just surrounding you, changing the world in front of your face. AirPods Pro, which I will not replace, I will find them. They cost $250 or £230, but there are also regular non-Pro AirPods from £168 or $179, around that. Wait, this is all starting to get useful. All right, how about this? Previously on 58 Keys, I suggested that you and I could use Amazon's fancy publishing service as like a really elaborate printer and have some of our writing printed in a book just for ourselves. But actually, the book came just after the video was finished. Teresa Ripley, though, friend of 58 Keys, says I missed a trick here, because you can do exactly this and make books not for you but for friends and family. Now, yet my book, no interest to anyone but me, but hers are well-researched history titles. So they could be true gifts. No, wait, that's the writer giving gifts to someone. This is wrong. This is wrong. Okay, no question. This last recommendation, it is not serious in the slightest, but it's something I want. It's something I'm pretty certain you'll want too. And it's expensive enough that we will definitely want other people to buy it for us. A Lego typewriter. Would you look at that beautiful thing? It's practical in the sense that things move, but you can't actually type on it. You can just fit together its 2,079 pieces and then look at it a lot. The Lego typewriter costs $250 or £196. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that Lego typewriter. I think it looks just like the real portable typewriters that I learned to type on. Yeah, and now I'm thinking I'm old. Anyway, look, out of these 5 practical and 5 not very practical ideas, I hope you found something useful or something tempting. I know I did along the way, Lego. But for now, for this, that's it for this edition of 58 Keys. Take care of yourself, eh? Write more. And I'll see you soon. Possibly in this country where we go off to have a retreat together. That'd be good, wouldn't it? A whole gang of us together, and we have to pretend to... Right, I'll shut up now.